to Newcastle Crew, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things related to the DC comic book character of John Constantine. It is a mess here already, but of course it's Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. What could you expect? So, I am Lilith, and joining as always is...
It's Phil.
Number 6 of Constantine. Okay, time out already. So, you look at the cover, and you think, well, yeah, Constantine has screwed over a lot of people. He's got some comeuppance to come to. But really, we're only dealing with one guy? Shenanigans! I call shenanigans on the cover.
That New 52 era.
I thought we were over the cover shenanigans of, you know what I mean? Of being, it was supposed to be an accurate depiction, and they just went back to the whammy.
The cover shenanigans, the advertising shenanigans. Remember Forever Evil? And they tried to make you think it was Captain Matui coming back, Jon Stewart's wife.
But I will say that Forever Evil did give Constantine and Justice League Dark excellent arc, which we'll get to. So, I mean, that came out of that. But Forever Evil was poop. That was one of the poopiest events they've ever had.
Well, smacking the New 52, so of course.
What can you expect? So, we're still dealing with Ray Fox as the writer. This one is called Metamorphosis in Extremis. It's in the aftermath of that Trinity Ward's high end where John was left mortally wounded and having an out-of-body experience. So we pick up back at the joint bar in New York with Lloyd Ortiz, who's in bad shape, but of course better shape than John.
He's about to die after last issue.
Exactly. John's like, hey, he had told him don't call 911. And he's like, how about I call Santana? And I'm like, yes! But we get a machine. So I like that part. That was pretty cool. So
guess we couldn't afford the guest appearance.
I mean, what was Santana doing? Nothing. But I guess we're putting emphasis on Sargon the Sorceress at this time. So, you know, we don't want it to be too awkward with two BAMF witches. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, Lloyd's panicking, but John's having his little out-of-body experience. Now, episode 1, the guy that he let, be sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, John's trying to... This guy wants revenge, as all spirits tend to do.
Mm-hmm.
And John tries to talk his way out, but of course it makes the situation worse. And then, for some reason, we cut to the Swiss Alps with Teneric and Mr. E and Sargon, and I'm just like, skip! They're gleefully talking about how John Constantine's at the edge of death, and then Sargon's like, I wanted to bring him to the cold flame, but I'm like, sure, that's the only thing that you want from John Constantine. I'm sure.
Oh no, you went there.
Exactly. What else happens after that? They send some more people out.
The demony thing come to the bar.
Yeah. So like as Chris's anger and rage gets exploited, more of the dark spirits from the cult come, and like Chris has to like agree to let go of his vendetta, and then he does that stupid deep meditation thing. But Chris can't get a handle on it.
Nope. So
he gets drug away. So that's that. Then Lloyd, like out of nowhere, is surrounded and out of bullets, and the Eliminators are like, if you reload, we will kill you. And I'm just like, oh, how lovely.
And who rides to the rescue?
Papa Midnight! I mean, come on. If you're a John Constantine fan, you know things get saucy when Papa Midnight shows up.
Mm-hmm.
That is like the best love, one of the best love-hate relationships in fiction, I think. I love the character of Papa Midnight, especially when he interacts with John Constantine.
He's like bare-chested, but is the rest of his outfit like snakeskin or something? It looks like the coat, the pants, even the boots maybe are like all like snakeskin.
He is from Louisiana now, so it could be gator.
Nolans. Yeah.
So yeah, it was just that was great. It was like I don't know, 15 pages too long to wait for Papa Midnight. I'm just saying, or whatever it was.
They have a nice talk with John the friendly ghost.
I know. So then he's like in the astral plane, and he's explaining that of course his continual survival is necessary to defeat the cult. So there's that. So Midnight uses magic voodoo to bring him back to life, and of course, thank goodness, the experience is quite painful because John deserves nothing less. So at the end of the issue, we kind of find out that Tarnak found the secret room where all the occult weapons and artifacts are being they've been keeping from the cult. So it's just like, dun, dun, dun. It's like the biggest dun dun dun, classic mystery whodunit kind of way. I was just like, okay, cheesy. That's what we were going for. That's cool. This issue, I mean, Papa Midnight, like I said, gets saucy when he shows up, but this is the only saving grace of this issue for me. Like, I don't know. I felt like this arc was too soon to do. I mean, I know he sacrificed Chris in the first issue, and it's supposed, like, if you got into Constantine because of New 52, you really are kind of lacking that background. What a SOB he is, and all these things. And the first 5 issues don't even begin to warrant an arc like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if New 52 is your first exposure, you might be like, oh, poor John, the angry ghost is after him. But, like
I said, it's issue 1, he sacrificed the kid, so it's like a taste of what he's capable of, but he's done so much worse. So it's like, I don't feel bad for Chris because the real Newcastle Crew got it so much worse than he did at the end of the day. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like a Constantine fan from back in the day. It's just like weak sauce for me. And that's the problem with New 52. It's just like they try to hold on to some of the past. They expect their reader to not come in fresh, but they wanted readers to come in fresh. So it's only 16 issues. That's why I keep telling myself. Some of it's good, some of it's great even, but nothing is like fantastic. I mean, because you lack that depth.
We can even go back and do some old Hellblazer too.
Oh, we are going to go back and do some old Hellblazer. Don't you worry.
It's like, no, we're not going to give you the good stuff right away.
Yeah. Go back and do some Swamp Thing. So we have to finish a Swamp Thing eventually. John's appearances in Swamp Thing. And, like I said, on the Wade's World, he also did issue with Teen Titans that we'll get to, I guess, when we do our crossover specials. Do you have that, or did you know that, or?
I think you mentioned it before. I don't know if I have it. I'll have to try to find it.
It'd probably be kind of hard, honestly.
That's what she said.
Hopefully. I did really dig the artwork, except for in the astral plane. I thought that those frames were really disappointing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it was kind of this weird, eerie shine to every astral plane scene. And I was just like,
it's kind of plain.
Other panels in construction were great, especially the bar room, because I felt like the angles were very dynamic, and he was really trying because, I don't know, there's nothing else to really do.
Yeah, the astral stuff should look more trippy,
Yeah, but not like, I don't know, it just felt really kind of flat. Like you expect the astral plane to be a little bit more, have more oomph to it. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't feeling it for the astral plane kind of.
More like, oh man, you mean that was more than one trip of acid? Okay.
For John, of course he needs more than one. I mean, at the end of the day, I gave it a B-.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with that.
I think, like I said, my favorite panel is when Papa Midnight first shows up, obviously.
So. Besides Papa Midnight, it's basically just like cleanup from last issue.
Yeah. And, that's the problem when you're 6 issues into a brand new series and, you've brought him over from a different universe and you keep making him have to, like, correlate with all these tie-ins and these events. It's like, no, yeah. I just want to get to know this guy.
I was going to say issue 5 is already a tie-in, yeah.
Yeah, and there's more to come. Trust you me. So, I don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, I gave it a B-. It might be a little bit generous, but core of the story was pretty cool. And it's kind of a callback to old things, Constantine. So I can't be that mad about it. What about you?
I agree with you. You're right.
I do kind of have one of my favorite quotes was, he's like, quiet you're nothing but a fetch. And Bear knows that you will be stopping by as soon as this cord goes, if it goes.
Yeah.
That's the best. That is the best. I do love the dialogue. I do feel like they did kind of try to keep that old Hellblazer dialogue, but also treading that Teen Plus line and not the hardcore, mature, rated M kind of dialogue. They had a hard road to toe. So
Mm-hmm.
They tried.
A lot of people knew 52 had a hard road to.
If you weren't Aquaman or Green Arrow, I'm telling you, Superman got it bad. Batman got it bad. After Quarter Owls, it is all they like when they canceled Batman Incorporated. Do you know how mad I was? I was like, why? I mean, that was a good Bat book. You could have canceled something.
They had like a Batman the Dark Knight. They canceled that book too. I mean, when Batman books don't sell, you know you got a problem.
Exactly. But I'm saying Batman Incorporated was really good and really interesting, and I loved it. And they just that was the DC, get it together. How many years? What year is this?
17. Well, the end of 17. So like what, 6 years?
Yeah, almost 7.
Well, they get a little better.
They get a little better, and then they go back to the status quo. And that's Constantine is very indicative of the state of DC. His books, they are.
But I guess, on Constantine-related news, I guess Seeley's going to be doing more Constantine again. I don't know if he just took a break or...
Well, he's got some free time, you know? It's not that hard to write a Green Lanterns book. It's really not.
Especially with Simon and Jessica.
Well, I'm saying it's paper thin plots. I'm assuming that, you know, whoever's the editorial director of those characters kind of dish it out.
And you saw the preview of that cover I sent you. Who's going to be guest star, I guess, pretty soon?
Oh, who is it?
The Huntress.
Oh, that John Constantine cover. Yeah. I might actually pick up a post New 52 John Constantine issue.
And it's written by Seeley, so.
See, he knows what we want. He knows how to sneak those Bat Fam people in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, hopefully we can get Huntress back on Arrow.
Those Grayson people.
Felicity. Anyway, I'm obsessed. It's a sickness.
And speaking of the CW, I can't believe we have to wait for February to get a full episode of Legends of Tomorrow with Constantine.
What? February?
Yeah, remember? Because the Supergirl and Legends are taking turns, so January Supergirl, and then...
If Black Lightning is not good, so help me goodness,
yeah,
I will go to Atlanta or wherever they're filming. I'm assuming it's Atlanta because I know it's not Vancouver, and that's the only other place the CW films.
Right, we have to wait till February for Legends, yeah.
I mean, honestly, couldn't we have just waited for Black Lightning to come out in February, or were they not trying to be too on the nose?
Or couldn't we just like...
Because Black Panther's coming out in February, why not? Is all I'm saying.
Couldn't you just come back with at least one episode of Legends with Constantine, and then started Supergirl after that?
I'm going to tell you what. Mara Brock could kill. If Black Lightning pilot don't blow me away, we going to have issues. Because nobody delivered by John Constantine. When's the Seed cartoon coming out? Like, at least give us that.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're getting that, too.
We're supposed to talk about the Ray, by the way, too. Have you watched all, 10 minutes of those 6 episodes?
I still haven't got to it, but like I said, I've been off, so I'm sure if not before sometime this week or next week, I will get to it.
Nudge Tie. We definitely all have to talk about it.
I think we get Charlie Esser to watch it. It is free.
It's only 15 minutes. But you know what? I will say the only thing I don't like about the Seed is those ads. Even for something that's 5 minutes long, it's horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably why I've kind of put it off. But I'm going to do it tomorrow on my lunch break. You would think they would try to capitalize and create synergy, like when the Crisis on Earth X dropped, the Ray dropped that next week, right? That same Friday, right?
You would think this one it just says early 2018, so shouldn't have to wait too long.
Early. That's very subjective.
Yeah.
Well, and they also wouldn't want to take focus off the book, the Arrow book that's coming out, which is January 30th. So I would assume it would be probably around that February time.
Maybe it is February, yeah, because Legends comes back in February, so maybe that is it.
Fingers crossed. So ready for it.
So hopefully soon, Hellblazers.
But I will say that the very end of the Legends episode, the mid-season finale, he did at least have a cigarette. In the Arrow episode, he only had his lighter, so it's like that 9 o'clock slot does wonders. I'm really excited for it. I miss Matt Ryan so much. You can't go see one of his plays across the pond every day. You know what I mean? So
Heatwave and Constantine.
Too bad. Oh wait, is Leo still around?
I think so. Yeah.
His heart belongs to the Ray, but
no.
But We'll see how that goes. So excited. Anyway, enough rambling. Okay, we can totally do shameless plugs and get out of here.
If you want to write to us, it's newcastlecrew@gmail.com. Facebook is facebook.com/Newcastle Crew Podcast. @Newcastle Crew on Twitter. And of course, anything Capes and Lunatics, call us on the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-Capes. And Lilith Hellfire, where can people summon you?
If you need a little Hellfire in your life, you can follow me on Twitter @Lilith Hellfire. I live tweet usually The Gifted and The Flash. So if you live tweet those shows, you know what time it comes on. I ain't got to tell you. For everything else, at Adventures in FG, that's Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Adventures in FG. And please check out my website, adventuresandfangirling.com, while it's still there.
And I usually live tweet, Flash,
Everything.
Arrow. No, Flash, Arrow. Sometimes Supergirl. So, follow me on Twitter @NightwingPDP. And subscribe to the podcast and YouTube and rate, review, and comment on the YouTube videos below.
They know the drill.
That's right. Hit that bell.
Oh, and don't forget to swing by SouthgateMediaGroup.com and click on some affiliate links. Bandwidth ain't cheap. Please help keep this network afloat. And that's it. Don't go wandering into weird bars and picking fights with superheroes, or you can end up with an out-of-body experience.